Hi boys, this is the last video dealing with task 6.12 and I'm just quickly going to run through the debtors ledger of Y Shelley. A little tip for you when you do a debtors ledger is to help you to know when to update your balance by increasing it or decreasing it. Make a little plus sign at the top of the debit column and a minus sign at the top of the credit column. The reason why I do this is because debtors increase on the debit side. So I know that any time when a value is written in the debit column, I have to add this value to the debtors balance, actually making the balance that they owe us more. Or whenever a value appears in this credit column, then I must subtract it from the balance, making the value that the debtor owes us less. This is especially helpful if you get exercises where you have to do both the debtors and a creditors ledger, because then it's very easy to get confused. Okay, now the first thing that we have to do is we have to give Y Shelley's debtors ledger an opening balance. And you would have noticed what her opening balance was in that first transaction when they said Y Shelley's account of 800 Rand was overdue for 3 months. Okay, so that actually provided us with the opening balance. Remember to write the month and the year just for the opening balance. It's on the first and you write balance or account rendered. Both of them are accepted. And you still say BD. The value was 800 Rand. Then on the 5th, our first interaction with Y Shelley for this month was we actually charged her 40 Rand interest. Okay, so it's on the 5th, but instead of writing journal voucher number 1 in the details column, because we usually write the source document for all of the other journals, remember, when it's a general journal transaction in the debtors ledger, we actually write the journal narration in the details column. So you have to say what happened to her. Interest was charged on her overdue account. The reason why we don't just write journal vouchers is because there are so many different things that we can do with debtors in the general journal that you have to specify what happened. The journal is the general journal. And interest would increase her account, so it goes to the debit column, and therefore we update her balance to 840 Rand. Then the next interaction that we had with her was on the 14th when she settled her account and we gave her discount. Okay, so we deal with the part that she actually paid us first. On the 14th, we issued a receipt to her. So remember, we say duplicate receipt because she got the original and we are using the duplicate to do the accounting part of it. That's in the CRJ. She actually paid us 819 Rand, which would decrease her account. So it goes to the credit column. And now if you update that balance, she owed us another 21 Rand. But that 21 Rand was given to her as discount. So it's still on the 14th. We write discount allowed. It's still in the CRJ and it decreases her account so that at the end of that day, she owes us nothing. Okay. Then on the 16th, we had to correct an error in the general journal because we debited the wrong debtor. Y Shelley should have been debited. So on the 16th, it was a general journal transaction, but you don't write journal voucher. You just say correction of error because that's the journal narration. In the general journal led to her account being debited by 200 Rand. So now suddenly she owes us 200 Rand. Then on the 17th, we were informed that this entire check on the 14th that she paid us with was dishonored. So we cancelled the check in 2 different journals. We cancelled the part that she actually paid us, this 819 Rand in the CPJ, and we cancelled this 21 Rand worth of discount in the GJ. Okay, so on the 17th, the CPJ transaction part will always be bank statement, the document, and you will say RD check. Don't just say bank statement, you must say RD check. In the CPJ, it increased her account again because she didn't really pay us, so we say that she owe us that 819 again. So when you update her account, it's at 1019. Don't forget to cancel that discount in the GJ. Remember, we write the journal narration here, not just journal voucher number, which would also increase her account with 21 Rand. So therefore, at the end of the 17th, she owed us 1,040. Then on the 24th, we were informed that she had been declared insolvent. Okay, and then they said her estates actually paid us 40 cents in the rand for the total value that she owed us, and the other 60 cents must be written off. So in the CRJ, we recorded that 40 cents in the rand that we actually received from her, and I think we issued her duplicate receipt number 2. Let's see. Yes, in the CRJ. So that 460 rand was actually received from her insolvent estate, which left a 624 rand that must have been written off in the general journal. Okay, when you write it off, you decrease her account, saying that now she doesn't owe us any money because she's written off and she's actually taken out of our debtors ledger.